Councillor Girling, would you like to quick?
Thank you, Chair. As a slight background, there's obviously a lot of hysteria in the media about the new bedroom tax, so I thought it only right to ask the question so it provides a bit of clarity on behalf of the District Council. And the question here is to the portfolio holder for Finance and Technology. Channel 4 News a few months ago raised an issue about the new bedroom tax. The story consisted of a disabled sister under new rules has to share a room with her 14-year-old sister, even though the disabled sister needed a modified room. Does the portfolio holder agree that this is unacceptable, and is there a flexibility under the new law that will enable this council to mitigate against such anomalies?
Would you like to read your...
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, as Councillor Girling indicated, I think this question has been overtaken by events subsequently, but I will read out the answer for the benefit of members and residents on the web. So I'd like to thank Councillor Girling for the question, as it allows me to correct some of the misinformation that has been circulating on this issue, and also to bring Councillor Girling up to speed, as he seems not to have kept up with how this policy has developed. Firstly, this is not a new law, as it has been applicable to private tenants for many years. The recent publicity has arisen because the same size criteria is now being extended into the social sector. However, the size criteria for housing benefit purposes with regard to disabled children was the subject of a Court of Appeal judgment last year. The Department for Works and Pensions initially appealed the Court of Appeal judgment to the Supreme Court, but on the 12th of March 2013, the Secretary of State announced that the appeal would not be pursued further. Following that decision by the Secretary of State, the size criteria for all private tenants, both in the private and social rented sectors, allows an additional bedroom for children who would be expected to share, but who are unable to share because of their severe disabilities. It is for us to satisfy ourselves that children are unable to share a bedroom, and we will consider not only the nature and severity of the disability, but also the nature and frequency of care required during the night, and the extent and regularity of the disturbance to the sleep of the child who would normally be required to share the bedroom. If someone has medical evidence to support the requirement for a child to have their own room, they will be allowed an additional room in the calculation of their housing benefit entitlement. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Girling, would you please put your question?
Thank you, Chair. A question for the Finance and Technology portfolio holder. The three members' local plan workshops and a recent overview and scrutiny committee meeting in which BT attended as guests all raised the issue of growth of commercial development along Langston Road, Loughton, which is obviously within Loughton Broadway Ward that I represent. BT was made aware by fellow member Councillor Leon at that meeting that Langston Road, which is earmarked for high volumes of commercial growth in the next 20 years, but has one of the lowest broadband coverage in the district. Can the portfolio holder advise members that action is being taken by the District Council to ensure businesses in Langston Road will be receiving improved broadband access in the very near future? Thanks.
Councillor Cllr.
Thank you very much, Chairman. The Council is limited in how it can assist, as this is a commercial issue for the Internet service providers, as was highlighted in the BT presentation to which Councillor Girling refers. Funding from the government to improve connectivity is being managed by Essex County Council. Their consultation period for the Essex Broadband Delivery UK, BD UK, state aid public consultation ends on the 19th of April, and the preferred supplier will be announced after this date. The preferred supplier will then advise where the funding from the BD UK will be spent. It must be remembered that the supplier is only likely to upgrade connectivity where it is commercially advantageous for them to do so. However, there is a website link that is available to allow people to register their interest in improving their local connectivity. This is currently being publicised prominently on the front page of the Council's own website. The Council has already assisted in improving internet connectivity within the Council area by facilitating wireless broadband to both businesses and the public as a side benefit of the work on business continuity. The successful supplier, Fibre Wi-Fi, can supply high-speed broadband connectivity to areas that the major suppliers will not. Aggregated speeds of between 25 megabytes and 200 megabytes are available to most areas within the district if they choose to take up this service. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much.